night have ears. And maybe it wouldn't linger on if you got boozed up before bed and then gave your bishop's hat a good polish.
It's a metaphor. It's what Aristotle regards as the foundation stone of composition. That an ass like you couldn't possibly understand.
True. I'd never pollute my head with such codswallop. I need to keep it clear for real poetry.
Right, and you've come up with some real pearls, haven't you?
Too right I have. How about the Ballad of Sinful Sally? Or my opus, Ode to Ale?
Right. Ale, ale, you stir my blood and make the ugliest woman look good. You call that poetry? It's the bleating of a goat.
It's a poem that every man Jack can understand, unlike that airy-fairy, lovesick whiny of yours that not even the parish priest can make head or tail of, and he's nearly educated.
Art for its own sake. That is the true goal of real poetry.
Jesus, there's no talking to you. Let's drink.
Aye, let the ale flow and wash away the bitter taste of discord.
If you get hungry, we have an ex...
What are you two talking about then?
Ah, a peasant like you would never understand.
Well, looks can be deceiving. If I weren't so kind-hearted, you might annoy me with talk like that.
Wise counsel indeed. What's your name?
My name is Henry.
Then sit, noble Enrico, and give your verdict on our dispute.
Aye, don't be shy. Come and sit with us.
It's Henry. H-E-N... whatever.
Ah, any tanner or bathhouse boy could be called Henry. Enrico is nobilissimo.
Oh, for the love of God. Will you just tell me what you were discussing?
Ah, it's just that my dear friend George here is a vulgar louse who knows as much about the art of poetry as a baying donkey.
To tell the truth, my last encounter with verse didn't end all that well.
Really? Come on, let's discuss it over a beer.
Man to man, poet to poet.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say I was...
Sit.
So, are you going to tell me what you're talking about?
It's about nothing less than the very essence of the art of poetry.
And also about the fact that Michael here hasn't got his oats for ages and it's got his brain in a twist.
Kindly ignore our friend George here. He's been a simple soul ever since he was dropped on his head as a baby.
Freedom. I figured out poetry ain't to be found in inspiration from the muse. All the truth in the world is right there in ale, roast pig, and fucking.
To the point where fornication and drinking leave no time for actual composing. Better to forego the pleasures of the flesh and give oneself to art. Onorate l'altissima poeta.
Aye, aye. Keep your hair on, mate. As I said, he's not in his right mind. He once met an Italian poet, and ever since he thinks he's Dante Alighieri.
Alighieri, you dolt. So what do you think, Enrico? Where should a poet seek inspiration?
Well, I rather doubt it's to be found in beer or some wench's cleavage. Those might be nice to look at, but an artist should seek inspiration in higher things.
My very words. Let's drink to that.
However you look at it, you, my friend, as a worldly...
And highborn.
clever...
Experienced.
intrepid...
Unique.
in short, just the right fella.
You might be able to help us out with something.
What are you after?
Enrico, we are in need of an adventurer.
My name's Henry. H-E-N... something...
In short, Enrico, we're in need of an adventurer, a man of action, a man of goodwill, a man of knowledge, a man.
A fucking good fella.
A fellow who helps his fellow man. Aspiring minstrels.
If only you knew, mate, what genius is sleeping in our throats. Songs just waiting for a voice to raise you to the heights of glory.
Imagine it. An ode to Henry, the hapless, hoe-wielding hero, harassing the heartless hordes of, of
The humans?
That's it! Hark! Henry the Lionheart! The only thing missing for you to achieve glory is...
A loot! We need a loot!
All right, but where would I even get a thing like that?
In the words of the poet, una volta corre il cane, e una altra la lepre. He who seeks shall find. Or something like that.
And finding it won't be hard. We've done a bit of snooping, and there's only one in these parts.
It's hanging all forlorn on a wall at the carpenters in Troskowitz. The house directly opposite the Rathaus.
It ain't no use to him, but he won't sell it, the tight ass.
While if it were in our hands...
In our hands, it will sing like a nun on Sunday.
And it will be the torch lighting our way from this provincial purgatory to the gates of Kuttenberg.
Torch? Shit, you want to fucking burn it?
It's a metaphor, you ignorant oaf.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Please just quieten down for a bit.
God in heaven. You're seeing this.
God be with you. Do you really think Henry can handle it? You know what the carpenter said. You won't sell
So,
that loot for
how
a
does it
king's
taste?
ransom.
Today's
Don't
match
lose
turned out
faith,
well,
my
eh?
friend. He'll handle it just fine. Perhaps he'll make a deal with the old man. Either way, it won't cost us a
Did you
thing
forget
anyway.
your clothes
Don't
somewhere?
change the subject.
I've got some mead with me, as it happens.
Wow, mead. I could drink that till the cows come home. If only it didn't make me so drowsy. Look here, though. Don't say nothing to my lad. He'd have a fit if he knew I was boozing.
My lips are sealed. I promise.
Well, good health, then. If I should happen to doze off, don't disturb me.
Oh, a nice instrument. Maybe I should learn to play it and become a wandering minstrel.
Why linger on? Lend your ears to my sad song. That's it!
Bullshit.
God bless you.
Since when does the night have ears? And maybe it wouldn't linger on if you got boozed up before bed and then gave your bishop's hat a good polish.
It's a metaphor. It's what Aristotle regards as the foundation stone of composition. That an ass like you couldn't possibly understand.
True. I'd never pollute my head with such codswallop. I need to keep it...
I've got that loot for you.
Incredible! Magnificent! Fascinating!
You really got it! Give me that lovely thing so I can fondle her.
Such a noble instrument is just begging to celebrate art and life.
It's like it's saying, hey, with me in your hands, you'll be able to grab any wench you want.
How can you take such a fine thing and abuse it for vulgar gain?
Abuse? No, friend. Put to good use.
Come on, play me something, will you?
Give me a moment. I just have to hold it like this, and...
What's that you have there? Hey, let me see. How the hell do you... hold it? Ah. Oh, Anna has tiny tits, like a pair of cherry pits. Uh-oh.
Christ, no!
The idiot broke the strings!
What are you doing, you idiot? Do you know what I had to do to get that loot?
I'm sorry, but... mate, I'll best be off now, eh?
Fuck! Shit! You fucking whoreson! Your ma should have dumped you on the manure heap the moment you were born. What's gonna happen with that loot?
Use it for firewood. It'll burn nicely with that lacquer.
What? Henry, sick him! I mean, give him what for?
Hey, why don't we all just simmer down? After all, it was an accident.
Yeah, of course it was an accident. I was just... I wanted to give it a stroke.
There you go. I mean, look at him. Drunk as a lord. Stinks to high heaven.
Who? Me?
See? He doesn't know which way is up. He's got all the dexterity of a donkey.
Donkey? I'll give you a donkey, you goose. I'll kill you.
My God, a brawl.
Show your stuff.
Why'd he do it?
Who's that madman?
These days, no one's ever really safe.
Take that, you shit! Show your stuff! Fuck you! I'm all yours!
Filthy vermin! That mad... Why'd he do it?
Come on then! I surrender! I surrender!
Had enough. Give up.
Yeah. Stop whacking me, will you?
Go on, fuck off. And be glad I didn't rip your balls off.
Just wait, you bastard. Until next time.
So you're saying the number of stanzas or style of meter are irrelevant, just as long as I make a lot of use of the word?
Well, go on, say it.
It appalls me to even utter the word.
The word is fuck. F-U-C-K.
One beer.
To hell with your meter and stanzas. It's about getting to the point.
You foul
Great batch of
Vulgarian.
beer today.
I'm no Bulgarian. I'm as Czech as
Good
you.
day, good day.
And at least
Beer's
I
got a
fuck.
flow.
And like who, eh?
You're a beast.
Who do you think's going to be standing in the street till 5 in the morning serenading
Greetings.
while I'm upstairs showing my sense of rhythm to some Kuttenberg damsel?
Animal.
Good day.
Look at this mess, Henry. That booze-soaked oaf broke the strings.
It's the fucking 8th plague of Egypt. What are we going to do?
All is lost. A dark cloud has descended upon us. We'll be grubbing dung till the end of our lives.
Farewell, Kuttenberg. Farewell, city damsels.
We could replace those strings with new ones, couldn't we?
Look, old pal. Henry himself is offering to lend a hand.
The hunter Vostatek told me once that he made some strings for someone. He can make some for us.
Vostatek? I have to drop in on him anyway.
Really? Fortune must be smiling down on us.
We could go and see him together.
But considering our fragile constitutions, George and I might not even make it there. The nectar of poetry may be a balm to the soul, but not so much to the muscles.
All right. I'll go and see what he says.
All praise and glory to you. May you and all your kin be honored for 7 generations for all you have done for us unfortunate artists. God bless you.
Same to you.
Hey, innkeeper, that beer...
I'm trying to get strings for a loop, and I hear you know all about that.
I do, but it ain't so straightforward. You have to sacrifice an animal for that.
You mean an altar? Candles, mysterious chanting and stuff?
Nah, nothing like that. You just have to get a sheep, find the thinnest gut, and weave strings from it. You can eat the rest.
I don't know how to gut animals.
Well, you're just gonna have to learn. Run along to the woods and bag a deer or a few hares, eh? You won't get much of any use out of them at first, but after a bit of practice, you'll get there.
And meanwhile, I'll clear half your forest of game.
You'd have your work cut out, lad. But if you'd rather, you can always buy those guts from a butcher.
All right. I'll get the guts somewhere.
The Takov folk have sheep aplenty. If you killed one, they wouldn't even notice. It would serve that bastard Protek right anyway. He's put up the price of his liquor again. Good day.
I've got that sheep gut for you.
I hope you killed the poor creature before you pulled it out of its rectum. Or did you chicken out and buy it somewhere? Not that I care. Wait here a while and I'll make them strings for you.
Let's get the axle.
About what happened at the big wheel.
At the mill?
Yeah, the place by the Zherovska stream.
You can never
What
be
then?
sure of anything
Has
these
the water
days.
sprite been up to his mischief again?
We're on the table.
You could say that.
God be
We
with
found a
you.
dead body.
I got those strings for you.
Ah, how the hills shall ring out in gladness to their glorious sound.
We'll fix the loot and head off for Kuttenberg, fame and fortune. All praise to you, friend.
Right. I hope that's all you need.
If only, Henry, old pal. It's just there's still one little fuck-up. Friend, we have a problem. The innkeeper doesn't want us to leave. Says Kuttenberg isn't the place for us.
Can you imagine? He who never set foot outside his village wants to block 2 free souls in their path to fame.
And fortune.
And recognition.
And under the skirts of town maidens.
Beast. In short, dear friend, you must have a word with him. You're worldly wise. He's sure to listen more to you than to us.
Hang on. How can the innkeeper keep you from going anywhere?
Well, you know, he's incapable of grasping that the artistic soul needs to fly as free as a bird.
Aye, he's an Ignoramus. Besides, we owe him a bit of coin.
But why don't you pay him back then?
That's just it. We'd love to. We can always scrape together a few groschen.
But it's not coin he's after. He wants us to work off our debt.
He lets you two drink on credit?
Greetings.
How so?
Because he's a damn crook.
He knows we can't pay back our debt outright, but he counts every wretched sip we take and adds it to the burden we have to shoulder.
Well, why don't you just up and run for it?
And sully our honor? Never.
And also, the innkeeper would tell the bailiff and he'd come looking for us. We don't want to end up in the stocks.
Why do I have to be the one to solve it for you?
Because we don't have time. We have to concentrate on composing our songs, creating art. Art!
Believe me, friend, once we get to Kuttenberg and make a shitload of coin, we'll pay you back double.
Tell you what, tenfold.
Not again.
I'll have a word with him, and we'll see what happens.
That's the spirit.
Let's drink to that! That Henry, he's a sly one.
Greetings,
He's
friend.
sure to bring the
God
innkeeper
be
to
with
his
you.
senses. Who are we to be toiling outside? Folly!
Madness!
Absurd!
Balderdash!
Greetings.
The ramblings of an
Innkeeper,
unhinged
a beer.
mind!
A pile of fucking horseshit!
That's a bit much.
Well,
God,
I
where
might have
did
gone
I
too
put
far
it?
there.
Let's have a drink, shall we? To quiet our spirits.
I hear Michael and George have run up a small debt with you.
A small debt? They owe me a whole heap of work, my friend. A month ago, I told them to dig a hole for shit behind the barn, and I'm still waiting. There's a privy there, but now it's full. The shit has nowhere to go but downhill. It's flowing down to the bathhouse. The other day, they promised that if I poured them a drink, they'd haul sacks of chaff to the barn. They boozed for free all night and swathed down sausages till they were as greasy as a cart axle. But that chaff is still out in the damp and rain.
Can't they just pay what they owe you?
This has nothing to do with the coin. Those two need to learn some responsibility. Damn their idle hands. Nothing can cure their laziness but labour.
So, haul some sacks and empty the latrine. And then the debt is paid?
Aye, but I'll bet my boots that even if those two miraculously got off their asses, they'd still manage to rack up another debt in no time.
Well, we ain't in the berg yet. And if we don't do something about it soon, we'll never be.
Jesus Christ be praised. Devil's fine.
Greetings.
Oh, damn. This is throwing my back out. From my neck to my arse. Ugh, at least it's done. Oh, good grief. What on earth are they eating to shit this out? I should have ditched those songsters ages ago.
Afraid of water, are you?
Greetings.
Greetings.
These two fine lads gave her a go, and when Clara had enough, they went
Careful.
to see Annie for a bit of rough. See? It fits perfectly.
It does not fit. The stress is shifted to the wrong syllable in the second line, and in the last, you squashed 3 syllables into one iambus. I've heard tomcats wailing better songs.
You have a
Stick in the mud.
master, eh, doggy?
Bungler,
Nobody.
barbarian.
Barbarian. Yes, I'm proud of it. Let's drink to that.
My God, what now?
The jobs have been done. Like you wanted.
But I gather from the stench you did it all by yourself, and those two dolts didn't lift a finger again, did they? Fuck! How is that supposed to drum the idleness out of them?
It won't. But what can you do?
Nothing. The job's done, so the debt is settled, I suppose. Michael and George can go to the devil for all I care.
Thanks. I'm sure they'll be delighted.
Sooner or later, someone will wring their necks anyway. Not everyone will be as soft on them as me.
Chase away the demons.
You dare to call the mistress of my heart a demon? I beg your pardon.
Which one are you talking about anyway? Clara, Anna, or Leda? I can't keep up with all those girls of yours. Besides, we were both fucking most of them.
Have you no shame at all?
Hey, I just thought up this song. Listen. Chubby Clara never says no. These two fine lads gave her a go. And when Clara had enough, they went to see Annie for a bit of rough.
The meter is way off, but as my Italian friend says, sbagliando si impara.
Your Italian friend. A travelling merchant you had one beer with. And as for my meter, listen properly. Chubby Clara never says no. These two fine lads gave her a go. And when Clara had enough, they went to see Annie for a bit of rough. See? It fits perfectly.
It does not fit. The stress is shifted to the wrong syllable in the second line, and in the last, you squashed 3 syllables into one iambus. I've heard tomcats wailing better songs.
I've squared things with the innkeeper. Your debt's been settled.
Our saviour, we knew you'd support our artistic souls and save our mortal bodies.
May your name live in glory.
Your glory shall be sealed by the song we wrote for you.
Oh my God, what have you done?
Fuck yeah. For you and about you, our hero.
Definitely not going to sing those words, right?
Which words?
You know exactly
I'm
what
just
words.
joking. Right, you ready?
Can't tune the strings.
You've got one job. Good? Right.
When it seems you're out of luck, There's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck. Now who can that friend be? Well?
Ludiek?
Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. Henry, reliable Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Oh, oh, oh. Watch out, here we go. Oh, oh, I can't hear you in the back. When you want to string your lute and trumpet with your plectrum, who will pull a sheep gut out through the creature's rectum? Oh, Henry, we thank you, Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. His fellow man! Henry, let's drink to Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Yeah!
So, how did you like it?
Weren't we fantastic? I tell you, that lute really gave it a punch.
I'd say we were incomparable. Chi la dura la vince. You can't keep a good man down. The world awaits us.
Awaits us with open arms.
It was quite interesting.
Interesting?
I mean, I never heard anything like it in my life.
Ah, you want to say new? New and original?
Yeah, that's it. Definitely original. Maybe a bit too much.
Ha! I knew you'd like it.
Dear Enrico, thank you for everything. It's time for us to shake the dust of this God-forsaken place off our feet and seek our fortune in the big wide world.
Kuttenberg, here we come!
New life, here we come.
Now, hold your horses, fellas. What about my reward for everything I've done for you?
We've already paid you back, my friend.
Didn't you hear the ode we wrote about you?
Look, that's all very nice. But what about some coin?
Please, Henry, don't be so base. No gold in the world can match the luster of our velvet voices.
Just wait till that song about you makes the rounds. You'll be so famous you'll have to fend off the women with a pitchfork.
Besides, you've gained the most valuable thing in all the world. Friends.
Farewell, friend. And thanks for everything.
Kuttenberg, where the roads are paved with silver.
Where the beer flows like water.
Where the citizens spend their time discussing poetry instead of base labor.
Where women are beautiful and loose.
And so clever that talking to them is a balm to the soul.
Oh, aye. Body and soul wrapped in one lovely bundle.
Drink up so we can hit the road.